What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, July the 27th. I want to introduce you to our next guest. She's been on several times. She is a retired nurse practitioner, Dayna Glanz. In 2017, she was diagnosed with osteoporosis. And she decided that she was going to try something that she had heard about. It was called OsteoStrong. And you were going to this location in Creve Coeur, Missouri. Started in 2018. You went for about 8 months and you noticed that your bone density was improving since you were diagnosed with osteoporosis. She was so impressed by it, she decided she was going to start her own business here in Columbia with OsteoStrong. That was almost 3 years ago, right?
Going on about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. You now, are you healed from osteoporosis? Do you ever say that you're healed when you have osteoporosis?
With osteoporosis, it's somewhat of a dynamic process. And right now I have improved my bone density in my hip from that of osteoporosis to low bone density, which is a major improvement.
So you went from osteoporosis to low bone density.
Right.
And that is all that comes about by a weekly session of about 10 minutes.
Yes, of a high impact load on these machines that are OsteoStrong, that we have at OsteoStrong.
Okay, now when you say high impact load, you're not physically jumping and pounding on your bones, are you?
No, it's a static isometric push against a plate, for instance, with a leg press, and it creates a high impact load. I started out pushing about 640 pounds, and I've gotten up to about 1,640 pounds.
Now, you're a little lady there.
I know.
You're a little lady, and you're telling me that you can push, 1,600 pounds?
Uh-huh. And I have a group of little ladies like me at my business, and we call them the small but mighties.
And they're able to push 1,600 pounds?
They're up there, where they're up in the 1,200s. I mean, when they weigh like 110 pounds, we measure by multiples of their body weight, and the machines trigger osteoblastic cells when you reach a certain level of your multiples of body weight.
So what you're doing is, and we've talked about this, you're pressing with your arms and your legs. Mm-hmm. You're putting pressure on the bones, and the bones are saying, hey, I've got to strengthen myself. I've got to build up some, right?
Yes.
So what do you call these ladies, the group of ladies?
Small but mighties.
The small but mighties. How are the small but mighties? Are they doing okay?
They're doing great. I mean, I'll just take the leg press as an example. The leg press, you have to push 4.2 multiples of your body weight to start triggering those osteoblast cells that have gone into dormancy.
Yeah.
So they can start building more bone density.
Okay, and that's all done in 10 minutes once a week.
Right. There's 4 machines, and basically we've done, I want you to know that at 2 years, I have members now that have exceedingly good DEXA scans and have gone from osteoporosis to osteopenia.
Okay. How do people, we're out of time, Dayna, but if people want more information?
Yeah, they can Google OsteoStrong Columbia, and they can also call us at our studio, 573-554-5881.
Okay, and maybe they can be part of the small but mighty group.
That's right.
What do you weigh?
I weigh about 117, 18.
Okay. And you're pushing 1,600 pounds. I find that amazing.
Yeah.
All right, continued success.
All right. Thank
with
you
both
so much.
you and with OsteoStrong.
Very much pleasure.
Okay, now we're going to talk about something really sweet in Missouri, and that's all of our wonderful berries that we have in summertime. I want to introduce you to Sarah Eber from Central Missouri Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And we are blessed here, aren't we, with all the berries?
We have berries everywhere in Missouri.
We do.
Absolutely.
I've got tons and tons and tons of blackberries on my property, which I just love. If I can get them before the deer and the birds do.
And the birds do. Are they thorned? Do they have thorns or no thorns?
Oh, yeah, thorns.
Okay. And are they growing up high or are they on the ground?
No, they're growing up high.
They're growing up high. So a real blackberry.
They are blackberries,
Real blackberries.
Right. But blackberries and boysenberries look almost alike, don't they?
They're really similar, and as it turns out, there is a bunch of berries that we would describe as blackberries that have been hybridized with blackberries or raspberries or other berries to get different qualities. So there are some blackberries that'll grow along the ground. They're not actually blackberries. They are a ligonberry. They are a ligonberry. Their ligonberry is red like a cranberry, but there's another one real similar that has a trailing habit.
Okay.
And they grow on the ground versus the ones that grow up high. And we got thornless blackberries and Marion blackberries. And
there are thornless blackberries?
Yes.
All of mine's got thorns.
Yeah. A lot of times those are, they're a Marion berry. They're really big. And I don't think they quite have the tart smack flavor that a real blackberry has, but they're still really good in pies and cobblers.
Yeah.
And fresh on top of anything.
Okay, what about gooseberries?
Well, gooseberries, you either really like them, you don't know what they are, or you love them. And I remember as a kid growing up in Indiana, we had gooseberries. And gooseberries are really tart. They're full of vitamin C, but you don't hear a lot about them unless you know somebody who likes to cook them.
Do they grow wild?
Oh, they grow wild, and they grow domestically really well too. They repollinate the birds. They drop them, they eat them, and they drop them, and you can find them growing up in a lot of the places in Missouri.
Okay, when are gooseberries?
Right now.
Right now?
With blackberries, yeah.
With the blackberries
yeah,
are ready.
They're coming in season. Yeah.
Okay, then you also have honeyberries.
Honeyberries, I noticed them popping up in a lot of the seed catalogs. And as it turns out, these honeyberries, they've kind of been hybridized, but they have a little more mineral content in them, and they're a little more tart than they have a different type of tartness. Mm-hmm. So they blend themselves really well when you put them with other berries or make a pie or a cobbler out of them. And they're high in vitamin C and vitamin A and a whole set of chemicals called anthocyanins. They are categories of flavonoids. Those are a great big scientific term for non-vitamin, non-mineral parts of food that we found really are effective in cancer treatment and preventing heart disease.
Okay. You know what? We're almost out of time. But you got so many different berries.
So many berries.
Real quick, 10 seconds. Aronia berries.
Aronia berries and elderberries are both native to Missouri. Talk with Nadia Navarrete-Tyndall if you want to learn how to grow those and get them close by. Even more potent and powerful than our blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries.
They're good for you.
They're really good for you and a really tart flavor, good in everything.
Okay, eat right.
Eat right, eat a good variety, eat whole food, and enjoy the flavors of summer.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.